Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review the new drama Scrap, and this is from writer, director, and star Vivian Kerr, who plays a woman who unfortunately has lost her job, lost her home, living in her car, and is struggling trying to keep this hidden from her estranged brother, played by Anthony Rapp, who with his wife, played by Lana Parrilla, are taking care of our main character's young daughter, Birdy. And this whole film is a really interesting look at how people will really try to avoid taking ownership and responsibility for things that happen in their lives. Whether this happened in Beth's life, our main character who Kerr plays, like if this was her fault or not, she really has to come to grips with, like, she's a single mother. She lost her job. She doesn't have a home. And she's going to every length to lie to her brother and really trying to avoid taking responsibility, even falling into some unhealthy traps, including reconnecting with her ex, who's the father of Birdy. And this film, I think, really works because there's great chemistry between Kerr and Rapp as brother and sister. I really like their relationship, their dynamic, and how it evolves throughout the film because you find out that Ben, her sister, and her brother had to basically raise her. And there's a different kind of dynamic there when it comes to their relationship, and this film doesn't avoid exploring the complexities of that. And, you know, Ben has his own challenges of, like, he's trying to get his wife pregnant, and him and Stacy, his wife, played by Parrilla, are having these challenges. They've been taking care of Birdy for a while now. And it's kind of filling that void of, like, hey, they want a child, and there's some resentment with how Beth is really not taking ownership of her motherhood. And there's a lot of different layers there to that relationship, and I think this film explores those in an effective, an emotional, and a poignant way. There's an authenticity here. There's not a lot of moments that feel like, ooh, I'm watching a movie. Sure, there's familiar beats and you expect these things, but it feels very authentic and real, thanks to the direction of Kerr, the honesty and the authenticity of how Kerr shoots this film, and really makes this an intimate experience. And sure, there's some plot threads that feel a little extraneous, and do we really need to be focusing on them? I think most of that has to do with the men in Beth's life. They're not the most interesting plot threads that this film is trying to explore, because really the core is her and her brother, and then her and her sister-in-law, and her brother and sister-in-law, those dynamics. And then also you have Birdy, who's played by this adorable little girl, Juliana Lane, who does a great job. And there's one particular moment that will just, like, rip your heart out when this film really confronts this negligence on Beth's part. This film develops this sibling dynamic so well, and it has interesting things that it's trying to explore. And as somebody who has siblings, it's being able to explore that in a mature and interesting way, and Kerr does that for sure. This film generally avoids being overly melodramatic. It might be a little trying to tackle a little too many bits of threads here and there, but really the core of this dynamic between Kerr and Rapp, I really like Rapp's performance. He's very tender, he's sincere. He adds layers to this character of Ben that makes him interesting to watch, but also you do understand some frustrations because, like, he won't stand up for himself, he won't stand up to his sister, and there's some communication issues between him and his wife. And I do appreciate the character of Stacy, and I think Parrilla does a fine job of adding layers to that character and what they explore. Especially there's a moment between her and Kerr towards the end of the film that I think is a key piece to this film that really adds some layers and intrigue to all of these character dynamics. But at the end of the day, this is a small budgeted indie drama that really soars on its three main adult characters. Kerr does a fantastic job in her different roles in this, pulling this all together to make an authentic and meaningful drama that has a good sense of humor. It has some good moments, and it will definitely strike you in some way emotionally. But those are my thoughts on Scrap. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.